Hey everyone, welcome back. It's time for another deep dive. And wow, today we're tackling something pretty mind-blowing, AI tools.
It's a topic that's really exploding right now, would you agree?
Absolutely. Everywhere you look, there's a new AI tool promising to revolutionize this or that. So we're going to dig into this outline we've got for a podcast episode all about AI tools.
Sounds good. Let's see what we've got.
Well, right off the bat, it grabs you with this hook. Imagine having a personal assistant that's always on, a writer who never runs out of ideas, or a designer that can whip up visuals in seconds.
I mean, who wouldn't want that?
Seriously. So that's the kind of potential we're talking about here.
It makes you wonder what those old sci-fi movies would say now, right? All that stuff they were imagining, it's becoming reality.
Right. It used to be like AI was this far-off futuristic concept.
Yep.
But now it's here. It's real. We're talking about software and apps powered by AI that we're using every day.
And they're not just static programs either. They can learn, they can reason. Heck, some of them even seem like they're being creative.
It's wild. But in a good way. Right. I mean, these tools are designed to help us with all sorts of tasks.
Totally. Like, take those writing tools that can help you finish a sentence or even generate a whole blog post. It's like magic for anyone who struggles with writer's block.
Oh, speaking of writing, I heard this crazy story about a guy who used an AI writing tool to write a love letter.
Really?
Yeah. And it worked. He proposed. She said yes.
Wow, that's AI going straight for the heartstrings.
Right. It's not just about practicality. It's finding its way into all these unexpected areas of our lives.
Absolutely. And it's not just writing either. We're seeing it transform design, too. Think about those AI-powered design tools that can turn a rough sketch into a masterpiece or create a logo just from a few keywords.
Yeah, those are incredible. It used to be you spend hours agonizing over a logo. Now AI can do it in minutes.
It frees you up to focus on the big picture, right?
Totally.
Yeah.
And then you've got those AI chatbots that can hold a conversation. So naturally, you almost forget you're not talking to a real person.
Almost. Except they're way less likely to judge your snack choices.
That's a good point. So how do they even work those chatbots? It seems like there's some serious tech behind that.
There is. It's called natural language processing. It basically allows these chatbots to understand and respond to human language in a really intuitive way.
So it's not just about pre-programmed responses. They can actually understand what you're saying and come up with their own answers.
Exactly. They're learning and adapting all the time, which means those conversations are only going to get more nuanced and engaging.
Okay, that's pretty impressive. So it's not just about AI doing cool tricks. It's about how it's actually weaving itself into our daily lives.
Definitely. Both personally and professionally. It's becoming second nature to use AI for all sorts of everyday things.
Like what?
Well, think about it. You use your phone to set reminders, right? Or to translate a menu when you're traveling.
Yeah, do that all the time.
That's AI working behind the scenes, making your life a little bit easier.
It's like we're surrounded by AI, and we don't even realize it.
In a way we are, but the impact goes way beyond those everyday conveniences. In the workplace, AI is boosting productivity in some pretty incredible ways.
I've been reading about that. Like how companies are using AI to draft emails or condense those super long reports into summaries that are actually readable.
And it can analyze data with incredible speed and accuracy. It's a game changer.
You know, it's funny. I was just thinking about how AI would be a total lifesaver for freelancers. Like if you could use it to brainstorm ideas or create mock-ups for clients super quickly.
It would free up so much time and mental energy.
Right. And that's just the practical stuff.
Yeah.
Then you've got the creative side of things. Artists are using AI to create mind-blowing visuals. Musicians are using it to experiment with new sounds. And I even saw a video of a choreographer using AI to generate dance moves.
The level of creativity that's being unlocked is insane. Remember those AI image generators we talked about earlier?
The ones that can create an image from a text description.
Yeah, you can literally type in cyberpunk cat in a neon city and boom, you've got a poster-worthy image in seconds.
It's like having a team of artists at your beck and call.
But it's not just about creating cool images, it's about pushing the boundaries of art and exploring new forms of expression.
That's what I think is so exciting about all of this. It's not just about convenience or efficiency anymore. It's about AI opening up these whole new avenues for creativity and problem solving.
And we're just getting started. Imagine collaborating with AI to compose a symphony or design a futuristic city. The possibilities are endless.
Okay, let's get specific here. What are some of these AI tools that are making a real impact right now? Let's start with something that's probably on everyone's mind these days, writing assistants.
I think everyone's had that moment where you sit down to write and just completely blank. These AI writing assistants are like having a supercharged writing partner right there with you. They can polish your rough drafts, suggest improvements, and even generate entire scripts. You know, the one we're using for this very deep dive?
No way. Seriously.
Yeah, it was generated by an AI writing assistant.
That's incredible. So it really is like having a personal editor on demand.
Pretty much. They can analyze your text, suggest different phrasing, even catch those pesky grammar errors.
So it's not just about spitting out pre-written content. It's about understanding the nuances of language and helping you write more effectively.
Exactly. And I think that brings up a really important point. AI is a tool. It's designed to be used in collaboration with humans, not to replace them.
Right. It's about enhancing our skills and creativity, not outsourcing the whole process.
That's the idea. Think of it as a partnership. AI can handle those more tedious or repetitive tasks while you focus on the parts of writing that require your unique voice and perspective.
I like that. Okay, so we've got these amazing writing assistants, but what about the visual side of things? You mentioned AI image generators earlier. How do those even work?
Well, they're powered by something called Generative Adversarial Networks, or GANs for short.
GANs. That sounds pretty intense.
It's actually really cool. Imagine two neural networks going head-to-head. One network, the generator, is creating images, while the other network, the discriminator, is trying to figure out if those images are real or fake.
So it's like a constant battle to create the most realistic images possible.
Exactly. And through this competition, the generator gets better and better at creating images that are practically indistinguishable from real photographs.
That's mind-blowing.
Yeah.
So what kind of images can these GANs create?
Oh, man, practically anything. Photorealistic landscapes, portraits, abstract art. You can even get them to mimic the styles of famous painters.
So I could say something like, create an image of a sunflower field in the style of Van Gogh, and it would actually produce something that looks like a Van Gogh painting.
Well, it can definitely capture the essence of a particular style, but it's not going to replicate the artist's exact technique or creative process. It's more about providing inspiration and exploring different artistic possibilities.
Okay, that makes sense. So it's not about replacing human artists, but rather giving them a new tool to play with.
Exactly. And it's a tool that anyone can use regardless of their artistic skills or experience.
I can definitely see how these AI image generators could be incredibly helpful for all sorts of projects, like creating visuals for social media, designing websites, or even just having fun and experimenting with different creative ideas.
The possibilities are endless, and it's all about empowering people to express themselves visually in new and exciting ways.
That's what I love about all of this.
Yeah.
It's about using AI to unlock human creativity and potential.
Couldn't have said it better myself. And speaking of unlocking potential, let's talk about chatbots. We touched on them earlier, but I think it's worth digging a little deeper into how these conversational AI tools can make our lives easier and more efficient.
Yeah, I'm still trying to wrap my head around how advanced these chatbots are becoming. It's almost like they're blurring the lines between human and machine interaction.
It's definitely a fascinating development. Think about all those times you've needed information or help, but didn't want to wait on hold or navigate a complicated website.
Don't even get me started on hold music. It's the worst.
I know, right?
Yeah.
But imagine being able to get instant answers to your questions or even complete tasks like booking a flight or ordering food just by talking to a chatbot.
That would be amazing. Is that actually possible now?
It's becoming more and more common. Chatbots are being integrated into all sorts of apps and websites, making it easier than ever to get things done quickly and efficiently.
So it's not just about having casual conversations anymore. These chatbots are becoming real problem solvers.
Exactly. And they're getting more personalized, too. Imagine a chatbot that knows your preferences and can make recommendations tailored to your specific needs.
It's like having a personal assistant who can anticipate your every need.
That's the power of AI. It's all about learning from data and using that knowledge to create more intuitive and personalized experiences.
This is all so incredible, but I have to admit, it also makes me a little nervous. We've talked about the risks of deepfakes and biased data, but what about our privacy? These chatbots are collecting so much information about us, our conversations, our preferences, our habits. How can we be sure that information is being used responsibly?
That's a really important question, and it's something that's being debated at the highest levels. As AI becomes more integrated into our lives, we need clear guidelines and regulations to protect our privacy and ensure our data is being used ethically.
So it's not just about the technology itself. It's about the policies and safeguards that are put in place to govern its use.
Exactly. And it's up to all of us to stay informed about these issues and advocate for responsible AI development.
Okay, that makes me feel a little better.
Hmm.
But I have to say, all this talk about AI is a lot to take in. It's such a vast and complex field. Where do you even begin to learn about all of this?
Well, the good news is there are tons of resources available online and offline. There are online courses, tutorials, articles, podcasts. You can even find local meetups and workshops where you can connect with other people who are interested in AI.
So you don't need to go back to school and get a degree in computer science to understand the basics.
Nope, not at all. There's something out there for everyone, no matter your level of expertise. And the more you learn about AI, the more empowered you'll feel to navigate this rapidly changing world.
I like that. It's not about becoming an AI expert overnight. It's about staying curious and informed as this technology continues to evolve.
Absolutely. And at the end of the day, AI is a tool. It's up to us to decide how we want to use it. We can use it to create a more equitable, sustainable, and fulfilling future for everyone.
That's a great point. It's about seeing the potential of AI and using it for good.
Exactly. And I think that's a perfect place to pause for now. We've covered a lot of ground in this first part of our deep dive.
It's been quite a journey. We've gone from defining AI tools to exploring their practical applications to talking about some of the ethical considerations and potential risks.
And next time, we'll dive into some specific AI tools that you can start using today to boost your productivity, enhance your creativity, and maybe even have a little fun along the way.
Okay, I'm already hooked. Can't wait for part 2.
So ready to jump back into these AI tools and how we can actually use them?
Oh, yeah. Definitely. Let's do it.
All right, well, we talked about those writing assistants earlier and how they can help with writer's block and all that. But how do you actually use them in everyday life? You know, what are some concrete examples?
Yeah, that's what I'm curious about. It sounds great in theory, but how do you actually integrate these things into your daily routine?
Well, think about all those times, when you have to write an email or a blog post or even just like a quick social media update.
Oh, yeah?
I mean, these tools can be a lifesaver in those situations.
So it's not just about writing the next great American novel. It's about making everyday communication easier.
Exactly. Like, let's say you need to send a professional email, but you're not quite sure how to phrase it just right. An AI writing assistant can help you craft that perfect message. Make sure it's clear, concise, error-free.
Like having a little writing coach right there in your computer.
Pretty much. And for those of you who are super active on social media, think about how these tools can help you come up with those engaging captions or even generate content ideas.
Oh, yeah. That would be amazing. Sometimes I feel like my brain is fried. I can't come up with another post.
Exactly. But AI can give you that little boost of inspiration and help you create content that actually resonates with your audience.
Okay, so email, social media, what about longer form content, like blog posts or articles? Can AI help with those too?
Oh, absolutely. They can help you generate outlines, research topics, even draft entire sections of text.
Wow, so it's like having a research assistant and a co-writer all in one.
That's the idea.
Mm.
And some AI writing assistants can even help you adjust your writing style for different audiences. So if you're writing a technical document for work and then you need to switch gears and write a more casual blog post, these tools can help you make that transition seamlessly.
And it's super cool. So it really seems like there's an AI writing assistant out there for everyone, no matter what kind of writing you do.
Exactly. And a lot of these tools offer free trials or basic plans, so you can test them out, see which one works best for you.
Awesome. Okay, I'm sold on writing assistants. But what about the more visual side of things? You mentioned those AI image generators that can create images from words. How does it even work?
Remember those GANs we talked about?
Yeah.
Those generative adversarial networks?
Yeah, the two neural networks battling it out.
That's the one. So let's say you want to create an image of a lion, standing majestically on a cliff overlooking a savanna.
Okay, I can picture it.
Well, instead of, spending hours trying to paint or draw that, you can just type those words into an AI image generator.
Really?
That's it. Yep. The AI takes your text prompt and uses its knowledge of millions of images to generate a visual representation of your description.
Like magic.
It is pretty remarkable. And the level of detail and realism that these tools can achieve is constantly improving. You can even specify things like artistic styles or color palettes.
So I could say, create an image of a sunflower field in the style of Van Gogh, and it would actually produce something that looks like a Van Gogh painting.
Well, it's not going to be exactly like a Van Gogh. I mean, while these AI image generators can mimic certain styles, they're not replicating the artist's exact technique or creative process.
Oh, okay. So it's more about capturing the essence of the style.
Exactly. And it's about giving people a new tool for creative expression, whether they have artistic training or not.
Right. So it's not about replacing artists. It's about giving them a new way to create.
Exactly. And it's making art more accessible to everyone.
Okay. I'm starting to see the appeal.
Eh,
I bet these AI image generators could be super helpful for all sorts of things, like creating content for social media or designing websites.
Absolutely. And if you're someone who's, you think visually, but you're not necessarily a great artist, these tools can help you bring those visual ideas to life.
It's like opening up a whole new world of creativity.
And that brings us back to those chatbots. We talked about them a bit earlier, but I think it's worth digging a little deeper into how these conversational AI tools can really simplify our lives.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah.
I'm still amazed by how advanced they're becoming. It's almost like they're erasing the line between human and machine.
I know, right? Think about all those times when you needed information or help, but you didn't want to wait on hold forever or struggle to navigate a website.
I hate being on hold.
Well, imagine being able to get instant answers to your questions, or even complete tasks like booking a flight or ordering food just by talking to a chatbot.
Now that would be a game changer.
And it's becoming a reality. Chatbots are popping up everywhere, making it easier than ever to get things done quickly and efficiently.
So they're not just for casual chit-chat anymore. They're actually becoming useful.
Exactly. And they're getting more personalized, too. Imagine a chatbot that knows your preferences and makes recommendations based on what you like.
Like a personal assistant who knows you better than you know yourself.
Right. That's the beauty of AI. It's all about using data to make things more intuitive and personalized.
Okay, so this is all very impressive, but I gotta ask, with all this talk about AI collecting data and learning our preferences, it makes me wonder about privacy. How can we be sure that all this information about us is being used responsibly?
You're right. That's a huge question. And it's one that's being debated by everyone, from tech experts to policymakers. As AI becomes more powerful and more integrated into our lives, we need to make sure there are safeguards in place to protect our privacy and ensure our data is being used ethically.
So it's not just about the tech itself, it's about the rules and regulations that guide how it's used.
Exactly. And it's up to all of us to stay informed and advocate for responsible AI development.
Okay, good point. So it sounds like there's a lot of work being done to address these concerns. But I have to admit, all this talk about AI is making my head spin a little. It's such a massive and rapidly evolving field. Where do you even begin to learn about all this stuff?
Well, the good news is you don't have to be a tech genius to understand the basics of AI. There are tons of resources available online and offline. Online courses, tutorials, articles, podcasts. You can even find local meetups and workshops where you can connect with other AI enthusiasts.
So it's not like you need a PhD in computer science to get started.
Not at all. There's something out there for everyone, from beginners to experts, and the more you learn about AI, the more empowered you'll feel to navigate this rapidly changing world.
That's a good reminder. It's not about becoming an AI expert overnight. It's about staying curious and informed as this technology continues to evolve.
Absolutely. And ultimately, AI is a tool. It's up to us to decide how we want to use it. We can use it to create a more equitable, sustainable, and fulfilling future for everyone.
That's what I like to hear. Using AI for good, making the world a better place.
That's the goal. And I think that's a great place to take a break. We've explored some practical applications of AI and talked about some of the ethical considerations.
It's been quite a journey so far. But now I'm curious, what about the bigger picture? How is all of this going to impact society as a whole? What are the potential benefits and challenges that we need to be thinking about?
That's a great question and one that deserves its own deep dive. Let's save that for next time.
Okay, so we've talked about all these amazing AI tools, and we even touched on some of the potential risks. But now I'm curious about the bigger picture. Like, how is AI going to impact society as a whole?
Yeah, that's where things get really interesting. We're talking about a technology that could potentially change everything.
Like, what kind of changes are we talking about? It seems like AI is already everywhere.
Well, think about the economy, for example.
Yeah.
AI is already being used to automate jobs in all sorts of industries, from manufacturing to customer service.
So is that whole robots are going to take our jobs thing a real possibility?
It's definitely something we need to be thinking about. As AI gets more sophisticated, it's going to be able to do more and more of the tasks that humans currently do.
I guess that makes sense. But does that mean we're all going to be out of work?
Not necessarily. A lot of experts believe that AI will actually create new jobs and industries, even as it disrupts existing ones.
So it's not just about job losses. It's about a shift in the types of jobs that are available.
Exactly. And that means we need to be prepared for those shifts. We need to start thinking about the skills that are going to be valuable in an AI-powered world.
Like, what kind of skills are we talking about?
Well, things like critical thinking, creativity, problem solving, those are skills that machines aren't very good at yet.
So it's not just about learning how to code. It's about those uniquely human skills that set us apart.
Exactly. And it's not just about jobs either. AI has the potential to revolutionize healthcare education, even how we address climate change.
Wow, okay. Now, those are some big picture implications. Tell me more.
Well, imagine a world where AI can analyze medical images with incredible accuracy, leading to earlier diagnoses and more effective treatments. Or AI-powered tutors that can personalize learning for every student.
It's like AI could help level the playing field, giving everyone access to the best education and healthcare regardless of their background.
That's the idea. And when it comes to climate change, AI can help us analyze data, identify trends, and develop solutions for a more sustainable future.
So AI could actually be a force for good in the world.
It definitely has the potential, but it all depends on how we choose to develop and use it.
That's a good point. It's not just about the technology itself. It's about how we use it.
Exactly. We need to be mindful of the potential risks, and we need to make sure that AI is aligned with our values as a society.
So it's about having those ethical conversations alongside the technological advancements.
Absolutely. We need to be asking ourselves tough questions, like
Mhm.
how do we want to use AI? What are the boundaries? And how can we make sure it benefits everyone?
It sounds like we're at a really crucial moment. We have this incredibly powerful tool at our disposal, and it's up to us to decide how we want to use it.
It's a lot of responsibility, but it's also an incredible opportunity. We have the chance to shape the future of AI in a way that benefits all of humanity.
I like that. It's not about fearing AI. It's
Mhm.
about harnessing its potential for good.
Exactly. And that's what makes this whole conversation so fascinating. It's not just about technology. It's about what it means to be human in an age of intelligent machines.
This has been such an incredible deep dive into the world of AI. I feel like I've learned so much.
It's been a pleasure exploring these ideas with you, and I hope our listeners feel the same way.
I'm sure they do. It's clear that AI is going to play a huge role in shaping the future, and it's up to all of us to stay informed, engaged, and keep asking those tough questions.
Well said. The future of AI is in our hands. Let's make it a future worth creating.
And on that note, that wraps up our deep dive into AI tools. Thanks for joining us, everyone. Keep exploring, keep learning, and keep those conversations going. Until next time, happy diving.